Shalom. This video diary is going to be done every couple of days to help me through my journey. This is a very long journey and somewhat difficult, but a very rewarding one as well. It's my journey through the conversion process to Judaism. I'm already a Jew by birth, but I was adopted and then I was raised, Church of Christ. So I don't know that much about my heritage. I just found out recently that I was Jewish. And so learning this process, going through it, going through conversion, is allowing me to help myself to learn, to grow, to understand not only my heritage, but this culture and things that have lasted for over 4,000 years. It is changing me. It already has. I'm starting to learn Hebrew and finding I quite enjoy it. I'm doing a lot of things for the community that I may not have done before. I'm learning a lot. A big, big gracious shout out to a good friend of mine, Florence. She gave me this book, Choosing a Jewish Life. That she gave it to me last Friday, and I pretty much I've had this in my hand, since then. And there's a passage in here that she marked it, and then, I marked it too because it made so much sense to me when I read it. It was talking about why people convert to Judaism. And it said, and I quote, "I'm converting because Judaism is a way of life. It's not a once-a-week visit to a building or service, but an everyday thing. I want to be a Jew so that my dining room table will be an altar. Because as Jews, it's what I do, everything I do, that matters." And I agree with that, because for me, I've never understood why Christians decide, oh, just because I go to church, just because I am saved by grace, that I don't have to do anything. I can attend service and that I'm automatically saved. For me, I never understood that. And because I've always believed that it's by my works, not only by my works, but by God's grace, but that I'm responsible for doing my part to help everybody in the world be better. I'm responsible ultimately for everything that I do. And helping someone out or doing my part in the world, that's a very important thing to me. I've been to 2 Shabbat services lately in the last 2 weeks, and I've been researching this and kind of, fumbling around with it and praying about it for about a year, trying to find my path, my religion, my, as the Jews would call it, faith. And that's been quite difficult for me. I haven't understood it as much. And I've been Church of Christ all my life since I was adopted, before I was adopted. So 2 days ago, or a couple of days ago, I called my foster mother, Phyllis Kennett. Wonderful woman, wonderful Christian. And I told her, And that was a bit difficult for me. Um, I was terrified of how she was going to react. I didn't know if she was going to, tell me never to show up at the family again. Or if I was going to be ostracized from the family, or if, she was going to yell at me and scream at me, or what was going to happen. I equated it to coming out as homosexual. The apprehension, this unsure of yourself, and all of that the gays must feel. I'm not saying I know how they feel at all. That was my only reference to say, hey, Mom, I'm Jewish, and I'm converting to Judaism, and I'm learning, all of this stuff, and I'm happy and I'm joyful that I'm learning it. But at the same time, I was terrified to tell you, because I didn't know. You're very much a Christian. You're very much, Church of Christ. You believe it's really the only way to be. And I don't want to disappoint you. But I don't hold those beliefs. And I don't think I ever will. I don't think I ever have. I think, growing up in the church, I love the people. But I have always struggled with the theology of this particular religion. And it's something that I've struggled with for a long, long time, is why, a lot of times why? Just why? Why do we do the certain things that we do? Why do we take the Lord's Supper? Why, did God do this or that? And I've always been told, well, that's the will of God. What I love about the Jewish community is that they don't do that. If you ask questions, they're going, well, let's find out. Let's study the Torah. Let's take a look at it. And some questions they're going, I don't know. But we believe that there is a relationship between us and God. And that relationship isn't just, you gotta listen to me. I'm God, I'm the maker of all things, and you gotta listen to me without question. Even in the Torah, God's mind has been persuaded. And we believe, you ask questions. And I think that's what is really appealing to this faith. And it's not, being Jewish isn't just about, hey, God this, God that. It is a covenant between the Israelites and God's people and us. But it is a lifestyle. It is a way of life. It is so much more than just being in church once a week. You have holidays. You've got things that you have to do. You have a people that absolutely love you. And from all walks of life, us Jews, we know each other, and we're family. And I absolutely love that. The first time I stepped into the synagogue, I was nervous, very nervous. I wasn't sure what to expect and everything, but within, I'd say, an hour, I felt like I was at home. And I felt like I was home every single time that I've talked with a Jewish person. That, above everything else, makes me feel like this is where I'm supposed to be, that God has called me here. And I love that. Well, this is the end of this journal entry. And and I will update it next time.